We have one field left to do, and it's always the same. Rain stops play. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Saxlingham. So we are going to make a start on getting field 41 cut, and this is our last field that we have to do of ourselves, but we may find another contract or two elsewhere and have a look at doing them. So we've brought our part-time worker. So, can't really see anything there in the trees. He is just there, parked up waiting for us, so he's going to be leading for us. And our full-time worker is currently on drilling wheat in our biggest, well, second biggest field, if you take this one into account. So we're leaving him getting that drilled and potentially getting that rolled so that we can get cracked on here. The only issue I think we're going to have here is because it is such a big field and we managed to get fertiliser put onto it, it should yield quite high. We only have, though, a small tank on this combine, which will then mean that there should be a fair bit of unloading, and I don't think, I'd be surprised. Oh, I'm really struggling to put this on this morning. I'd be surprised if we manage to get one lap round the headland done. Let's just try avoid knocking all the gates out. We'll have to put straw swath on because the last thing we did was the canola harvest, which that automatically turns it off. So let's put that on. We'll just pull into the field so we can put our steering assist on. 2. I do much prefer 2. It's just a lot easier when turning round. So we'll get that set on, and yeah, we'll just keep making our way through here. I just hope that this part-time lad knows what he's doing. We're taking tips off the combine, but there's only one way. Well, there's only one way for anyone to learn, is by doing, and we'll only find out by letting them learn or letting them try. So we'll have to see. Whether the ladder will get back to us in time. It's looking highly doubtful because we are now on 100%. So there's not much more really to do than we can just sit here and wait. But what I will do is if we go on, we can look at the GPS and have a look at how our worker's getting on in this field. So he's got a lot of it covered already, so he's flying in there. So we've got this one to put in, so 38 needs to go into wheat, 50 needs to go into wheat, and then 41 is going to be barley. And then this year coming, what I'd like to do is buy 40 and upgrade the combine. That's the two things that I would say are very, very high up there. Here he is. He's just pulling back in now, so we'll just have to have a quick wait. Just let him get round to us, we can get unloaded and then carry on a bit further. So we'll get this headland in the next load. We'll finish off the second headland, but then we are going to have to find a smaller. We'll probably have to go to that far end over there and then start doing our lands cuts, as they were, because otherwise we'll be fairly full. Right, here he comes. Well, it's nice to see that he's actually driving round the crop this time instead of straight through it. And I hope he goes straight to the auger, which that's not looking promising. Okay, that's slightly better than what he did last time, where he was chasing us round that corner up there. We're doing circles because of him. Right, let's get that tipped in, and then, like I say, we'll just keep plodding on.
We chase the thrill with every desire we've yet to fulfill. Caught in the frenzy, we dance in this way. In the pursuit of more, we'll find our way. With every chase, in this endless race, in this game we'll play forever in the greedy way. In the hunger of the night we'll soar, our hearts craving for something more. With every heat we'll lead astray, we'll dance forever in the greedy way. Through the highs and lows we crave the rush. In the whispers of temptation we hush. Bound by desire we'll never sway. In the realm of excess we'll stay. With every risk we take and chances we make.
Well, it looks like we're waiting again. I thought we'd be alright just with one tractor and trailer, because when we did that mega harvest in one of the top fields, yes, we had 2 combines going and we had 2 tractors and trailers, but with me leading in one, managed to do it all, just one of us leading. Every time you got back to the field, it was just enough time then to go get to another combine. But fair dues, those combines, they had anywhere between 18 to 20,000 litres in them. So hopefully a short wait and he'll be back. I would absolutely love it if he could unload on the move, so that we can just keep going and not having to stop like we are. But anyways, he's now returned to us, so he will set off and hopefully go around the crop to get to us and not drive into us or anything like that. You can never predict it really, but it does. It's one of those beggars can't be choosers. They have been very, very handy for us, to do so. I think it's just skipped through the crop behind us. Definitely with that turning circle, they've must have narrow wheels on, but narrow wheels that have weights attached to them. Right, well, we will do one more time lapse harvesting this field, so we've got that little bit and this bit, and then that should mean that the field's done, because I'd quite like to get on and get some drilling done. So the canola field that we harvested in the last episode, I want to put wheat into there, and then whether we'll roll it this episode, I don't know. I would say highly unlikely that we roll it this episode, but our worker who was in the big field, I think 38 it is, he has finished drilling and he's now unrolling in there. So at least we'll have that field ready to go, all done and ready to go, and we'll have this field ready for the next episode of where, well, we'll have to bale first, collect the bales, then we've got the tram lines to rip out to make sure they're the right tram lines for us, which will be, because I think as standard, they're 27 metres, so we need the right tram lines for us, which will be 36 for our sprayer. Then obviously there'll be lime, mulching, and then drilling and getting it into barley. So we'll be staying in September for a little while. So this load, this will obviously fill this trailer. He'll go and tip this, and then we can put what's left into the combines hopper. The only thing is we won't be able to fold up, so we will try and get the header onto the header trailer, and then get the header trailer on and bring that all back. That will be the ideal scenario, so we won't have to come back to this field for this episode. But I think 3 time lapses, I'm hoping that isn't too many to get that get this complete. And 15 points with a 15.2 metre headers, yes, there would be. Oh, what's going on there? Why am I? Was I not on a track then? Interesting. Why am I? Where are all the other? We'll just do this. We'll do this last bit by hand, I think. Just make sure there's no complications. But it's always right at the end when you always have something, because I think that's worked quite well. And bar a slight hiccup with the work at the very, very beginning, I think he's shown that he may be worth keeping about. Let's just get that little bit there. Keep the place looking clean and tidy. And then once we've got this back to the yard, we will move on and we'll go jump into the fence, take the drill up, and we'll get that top field drilled, get that in with wheat. And then this field, once we make it to the end, I would presume, well, if it's going off a British sort of calendar, we should be able to still put barley in now. So let's have a look. Yes, it's the first time, well, it's the first month that we can put barley in. So we've got our canola in correct, and now barley and then wheat. So it's the first for both of those two. So that's the plan. We'll get this loaded up, get this back to the yard, go get some wheat in, and then in the next episode, obviously, well, as I've already said, it's baling and clear the field of bales. Then it's subsoiling the tram lines so that we can put the new tram lines in, mulching and liming. So it's going to be fairly full on in there, because then once all that's done, we've then got the drilling and rolling to do. Right, let's put this onto here, and let's just hope that snaps on for us. Yes. And then I think on the pipe there is no collision. Oh, how are we going to get that though? This is now interesting. Let's see if that's any better for us. Come on. Smashing. Yes, the end of the pipe there is no collision, so you can see that's just going through. So we are fine on there. We just don't want to take any corners too sharp. But especially if all we're turning is right, then we're okay. But we're doing a slight left now. Right, to the yard. Well, it's nice to say that we're not having the problems like we did in a previous one, in last season, of where there were tram lines all over the place. So that has well and truly sorted that out for us. And he's almost done up there. So if we hurry up and get this top field drilled, by the time we've got a substantial way ahead, he should be able to come up and join us and finish it off. He does have, the rolls do have, is it a 4.2 sort of bigger working width, but they can only run at 7 miles an hour. Whereas the drill is, obviously it's 8 metres, but can run at 11 miles an hour. So, right, I'm going to leave this over here. We can put the pipe out in anticipation for the trailer. And let's now go and find the fence, which I think he said he left it up in the grass up on this top bit. Let's just jump over them. I think it's just up there, and he is staying there for some reason. I've almost forgot to say that I have changed my volume settings again. So the game volume, I've brought that down, and I've brought the microphone volume, I've brought that up. So please do, in the comments below, leave a message of what it sounds like to you lot, because I know for me when I'm editing, because I can sort of well, I'm editing on speakers on my computer, I never get the full idea of how it is. And it's not until I put it onto YouTube and then watch it through my phone, because that's how I predominantly watch YouTube, that I then realise whether it's too low, or well, that's been, obviously I keep raising it, well, I keep upping the volume all the time, so obviously it's too low for me all the time, and especially when you get too close to vehicles like this, you struggle to hear it. Well, I'm beginning to think whether it's worth trading up with this drill, which we haven't had it long, and I really do like it. But the horse drill, the 12 metre one, I'm starting to think that probably would have been a better idea to go for that. It is slower than this, but you can put the nitrogen into the ground, but it's also 4 metres wider. So let's just get this bit of a corner done, and then I'll show you. And we should be able to find out, if we look online, we should be able to find out what this drill's worth if we were to sell it. Because it's all fully paid off, so there's no worries on that regard. I'm just trying to avoid taking any more loans or anything like that out. So let's just finish this bit of a field off here. Right, turn off, lift up and fold. And then, like I say, if we just park here and go on to Cedars, so we'll get 112 back. If we take it to the shop, which we will do, and repair it and do all that sort of thing, we may get to 140 maybe, if we're lucky, which if you then add that on to what we've got there, so we may be at the 180 mark. We need to make sure, though, that there's £20,000 left in the bank account for our £1 million loan repayment. And if we have a look at where our Cedars, will be near the bottom. This is the one I'm thinking about going. So we need 100, so we can't afford it, 195, and it's 9 miles an hour. So I think this could be the last year that we use our drill. We'll have to drill field 41, I think, with it now, unless we were to sell it and then lease this. That actually may be not a bad option. If we go solid fertiliser seeds, we don't need to change the wheel setups. What would the leasing fee be? I think maybe that we can lease that. But anyways, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the episode. Please feel free to leave a like and a comment, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.